Right, another vinyl rarity of poetry readings. This is Births, Marriages and Deaths by readings by Betty Mulcahy. That's Betty. She passed away not that many years ago, a few years ago now. And she was a renowned reciter of poetry. She was an English lady. And this lovely album, it's really it's a real find to actually find this album. It's such a beauty. Does a marvellous selection of poems. She was originally a teacher, and then she gave up to become. She started to lecture on poetry and encourage the recital of poetry. Because I agree that poetry really comes to life when it's recited. It's not really just for the page. So I'm going to give you her reading my favourite, or one of my favourite Edward Thomas poems, "The Gallows."
There was a weasel lived in the sun with all his family, till a keeper shot him with his gun and hung him up on a tree, where he swings in the wind and rain, in the sun and in the snow, without pleasure, without pain, on the dead oak tree bough. There was a crow who was no sleeper, but a thief and a murderer till a very late hour. And this keeper made him one of the things that were, to hang and flap in rain and wind, in the sun and in the snow. There are no more sins to be sinned on the dead oak tree bough. There was a magpie too, had a long tongue and a long tail. He could both talk and do, but what did that avail? He too flaps in the wind and rain, alongside weasel and crow, without pleasure, without pain, on the dead oak tree bough. And many other beasts and birds, skin, bone, and feather, have been taken from their feasts and hung up there together, to swing and have endless leisure in the sun and in the snow, without pain, without pleasure, on the dead oak tree bough.